Hey guys, I'm going to talk about training with weights and the kind of central nervous system and a little bit about MMA today in this little video. So I'm just going to do a one take and try and get stuff out of my head. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is one, because I just did some consulting for a fitness coach in football who's been offered a job somewhere in Europe, and he just wanted to ask me my opinion about training footballers. So the best condition I've seen for footballers was with Jose Mourinho and Rui Faria, who was the fitness coach there. What was very interesting was none of them did any weights. None of them did any weight training with the players. Now I was allowed to do some, but he kind of understood the way I was training them, and he was cool with that. But they didn't do any weight training outside except with body weight. The reason why I think he was so successful in training the athletes in this way was that he looked at them as like a biocomputer. He trained their nervous systems to be more efficient, and that's what I was talking with the guy today. And so instead of looking at the athletes like muscles that you need to grow bigger, or they need to be more aerobic or fit, you need to look at this central nervous system, all the spinal cord. This is a French skeleton that I got in especially for this video. Okay, so underneath the beret, if you look, this whole skeleton is to protect this spinal cord. You can see the spinal nerves here and the brain. And so if you look at athletes and you go, okay, they are like a super biocomputer, how do I get that to become more efficient? How do I upgrade them? So I talked to him about that, and we came up with some cool ideas. Changing, giving directions in the game under high pressure, where they had to think about colors or change their direction, or the rules changed in it, and so the whole nervous system is heightened, and you have to pressure them. So it's not about lifting more weights or doing deadlifts, or looking at the outer frame, the outer muscular skeletal system. You're looking at training the nervous system, which controls that. Okay, now I just watched a documentary with Anderson Silva, and in it I didn't see him lift any weights. The guy's unbelievable, doing all sorts of mixed martial arts and martial arts all his life, until he's arrived at however old he is, I don't know, 30 or something, or maybe older. And he's so skilled. 60 days before his fight with Carl Sonnen, he's in training, and he's doing specific work. So, hitting things, skill training, and repetition, keeping loose, keeping limber, speed of movement, boxing against people who are faster than him, so his central nervous system gets grooved, gets speeded up. And what I found fascinating about the whole of his 60-day training was that the hardest thing I thought for him was to stay fresh and focused, and towards the end the guy's in bits. So very much like him with footballers, the hardest thing about it is their minds just get bored of the repetition. So when I was in UK recently, I spoke to a footballer from the 80s who played for one of the best teams in Europe, the best team in Europe. And he was saying that they would go out in the week and have a drink, like a proper drink. And he said he kind of called it, letting off steam. And I think that's crucial, because the central nervous system is based on perceptions, and the perceptions are based on our beliefs. And if it gets clogged up with accumulative thinking and boredom, that will affect the athlete more than any kind of VO2 or muscular stuff going on. Okay, and just on a side note with that, Anderson Silva, and he was fighting this guy called Carl Sonnen, who was trash talking everyone. It's a bit old, this documentary, but it's worth a watch. So this Carl Sonnen slagging everyone about taking drugs. He was so opinionated, And if you look to De Silva, he was so neutral. He was just like, you know, yeah, you know, he was just down the middle. But this Sonam was like, yeah, he's doing that. And people like Lance Armstrong, they take drugs and blah, blah. He was so extreme. And then after the fight, they found out that he had taken drugs. Although allegedly, because they said that he had some sort of testosterone thing going on. But the thing I took away from that is when people are very opinionated, there's a weakness. And it's like those evangelists who harp on about, oh, sex is the devil, pornography is the devil. And then they're caught with some prostitute. So look at actions. Well, I look at actions, not words. I think there's so much information out there. If someone's giving you information, just look at action, look at results. Anyone can talk about things. All these scientists who think they're, you know, experts, but they don't actually do anything. It's just information. So let me just recap there. I'm going to do another video about weight training, and I think how it can slow you down, like thicken the fibers, because it's always done slowly. But I'll leave that for another video. So central nervous system, that's your biocomputer. Look after it, and remember that that controls what you look like, how you move, how quick you are, how strong you are. And you can work on that without even surgery. You can just find your weakness that's weakening your central nervous system, and you strengthen it. Okay, please subscribe to show my YouTube channel some love and subscribe to it, and I'll be posting here 2-3 videos a week. Over and out. Cheers.